All right, welcome back, friends. I am Tony Toon. I am very beautiful, and I am a walrus.
I am Leanne Palmer. I am generally bright, happy, and sparkly. And I am your fairy.
Yes.
Generally speaking, however, the news has been getting to me, and I've been watching movies I shouldn't be watching lately.
Not to mention the Democrat debates.
Dem debates, right?
Dem debates. I've seen bits and pieces. I didn't watch them all the way through because I want to keep what little sanity I have left.
I watched.
As a white male, we all know it's only a matter of time before I snap. But anyway.
I watched the first 2 hours of night 1. Forgot about night 2. Which I hear was the more exciting of the 2 nights. I hear Tulsi Gabbard did really well on night 2, which makes me happy.
She did. I'm glad she pretty much ended Kamala Harris. I do think the media's plan, and when I say the media, I mean the DNC, was to have Joe Biden as a centrist candidate, have Kamala Harris end up defeating him, and then they could have their woman of color running, which I was kind of hoping was going to work out for them, because the moment Trump brought up the stuff she did as a prosecutor, she would lose support. But I think Tulsi Gabbard threw a wrench into their plan.
Yeah.
I think I was kind of looking at the polling recently. I got brought up on my phone. I don't think Kamala Harris has gone down too much.
I know Tulsi Gabbard has gone up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching commentary on Fox News and CNN the day after night 2, so Thursday after the debates. And one of the 2 channels, I can't remember, please forgive me, it's been a while, was talking about a Biden Gabbard ticket.
Well, there was the joke where
which I'm not sure how I feel about, because I would really like to see Tulsi Gabbard running on her own. I like what she has to say. I don't necessarily agree with all of her policies, but I agree with more of her policies than I do anybody else's.
Yeah, well, there was that meme going around where it was Biden and Gabbard shaking hands, and said Gabbard, the caption's like, Biden's like, thank you, because Kamala Harris is just up there race baiting the entire freaking time, and yeah. I think honestly, I think she kind of pissed Tulsi Gabbard off.
Right. I do have a lot of friends on my Facebook that are Bernie supporters.
Bernie a bust, buddy. Not me. Hail the Emperor.
The memes that have been coming out of that from night 1 are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure if you saw night 1.
I've seen bits and pieces, but I remember I've heard about the exchange from Bernie and what's his face, Delaney, I think it was.
Yeah, where Bernie's going on about how under the new healthcare bill for Medicaid for all, it would expand benefits to include glasses and hearing aids and insulin and stuff that Medicaid doesn't currently cover. Mm-hmm. Or Medicare doesn't currently cover. And one of them says, you don't know that. And he just looks at him and says, yes, I do. I wrote the damn bill. And the memes that have come out of that are fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, just the memes. Like, I will go with the memes because they're hilarious. Not that I agree with what he said, because we all know that just because a bill is written doesn't mean that that's how it's going to end up passing.
Yeah. Plus, it may say it's going to cover that stuff, but it's not going to. Hate to tell you this, Democrat Party that's kind of lost your mind. Delaney's right. Bernie Sanders is wrong. But
the smackdown in the way he said it was fantastic.
it was funny. It was funny. If you are a Bernie bro, you will think that was a huge victory.
I'm not necessarily a Bernie supporter because I'm not into like let's socialize everything.
Yeah.
But he just looked at him and went, "Yes, I do. I wrote the damn bill." And he had the attitude and the tone of voice and the whole thing going. It was just that whole exchange was fantastically funny to watch. And watching a 70-year-old man put his foot down was like watching Grandpa saying, "No, you won't because I said so."
Angry Grandpa.
It was. It was like watching Angry Grandpa. It was great.
Yeah, I remember, the first night it was pretty much Warren and Sanders kind of, well, they were kind of forced to team up. They didn't really hit each other too hard. They were kind of forced to team up because everyone was coming at them because they were the big dogs on the stage.
They were. And then there was that other lady that gives the rest of us Gen Xers a bad name.
Oh, Marianne Williamson.
That's it.
Who's very concerned about the nothing.
The nothing that we were talking about in the movies.
She is very concerned about the nothing. It is coming for us all.
It is coming for us all, and only
and
the
she
crystals.
Might be right.
And only the crystals will help.
Only the crystals will help.
Yes, a lot of people in my generation, in my age, that are around my age, got into the New Age movement, and as we got lost and were looking for something, we'll admit that. Even I went off on a New Age thing for a while.
New Age retro hippie.
Yes. But I was raised in California, so I forgive myself.
I don't.
And I eventually outgrew it, so I forgive myself. She obviously has not.
Grown out of it.
Yes, she has not grown out of it, and I'm pretty sure she's smoking that stuff that causes the mass hallucinations of the interdimensional beings that may or may not be demons or aliens.
Next debate. Look, guys, Alex Jones is right.
That right there.
It wouldn't surprise me if she says that about the demons.
Oh no, she'd call them angels because she's all into the white, new age, positive vibes thing. Mm-hmm. You can tell just by when she says crystals will heal everything. She's all into the white magic, new age thing. So she would interpret these interdimensional beings as angels or aliens rather than demons.
Just to see the debates between her and Trump. Oh my God, they would be beautiful.
They would be fun to watch, but I would write in Tulsi Gabbard. Just so you know.
Yeah. I have kind of lost a lot of respect for Andrew Yang the last couple of days. Kind of blaming the internet for the shootings. Kind of went on the Russiagate conspiracy theory a little bit.
Okay, we just proved Russiagate wrong.
Again.
But for absolutely, definitely not in the Trump administration. Was Russia involved in the elections? Absolutely. They've admitted so. They used bots. Mm-hmm. They've admitted to using social media to undermine the faith and confidence in the American democratic system. That does not mean that they were in cahoots. Yes, I just said the word. In cahoots with Donald Trump.
No.
Or President Trump.
And they really weren't supporting anyone. It was about sowing chaos.
Yeah.
And they succeeded in large part thanks to the Democrat Party.
If anything, they were working with Clinton.
Yeah, if anything.
Because That's what the evidence says at this point. What we have says that they may have been working with Clinton, but they were definitely sowing chaos to disrupt the American democratic system.
Yeah, and the judge threw out judge. I don't know. Hell, I don't know. He threw out something about the Mueller teams where they were trying to place the psychological operation. That's what I call it.
PSYOPs.
They were trying to place it all on the Kremlin, and the judge looked at the evidence, and the judge is pretty sure it was just a bunch of bored Russian trolls. They were Russian, but they were. It wasn't actually. I do think it actually came from the Kremlin, but if it was actually just about a group of, I was thinking maybe 50, 60 bored Russian trolls.
Excuse me, as I yawn.
Who did this? That's hilarious. I do think it came from the Kremlin because they didn't need the money to buy the Facebook ads. But that's hilarious. It had to come from the Kremlin because of the money.
Maybe it started out as a bunch of bored Russian trolls,
and then the
Kremlin went,
"Oh, this is
hilarious. Wait, this is hilarious, and it's working. Let's funnel them some money because, I want to see what happens."
It could have happened. It wouldn't surprise me if that's what actually happened. But if you think a few Facebook ads turned the election, no. Sorry, they didn't.
You disappoint me, Tony.
What? You really think the few Facebook ads changed the election, especially the Facebook ads that the Russian trolls were putting out?
You underestimate the unintelligence of some Americans.
I don't underestimate stupidity.
Or the gullibility of some Americans.
Yeah, but they weren't voting for Trump anyway.
That's my point.
Oh.
And the ability.
You're saying you're surprised. So what are you? Because I'm saying if you believe that a few Facebook ads changed the election, you're kind of silly.
Okay, so here's my thing. I don't necessarily think that it changed the way people voted or would have voted.
Mm-hmm.
I think it sowed enough chaos and enough dissent that it caused more voters to go to the polls and thus affected the elections. Because they absolutely helped sow dissent and polarized America in a way. Because Americans will believe whatever they see on the internet. Facebook told me, so it's got to be true.
Yeah, that's true.
And you get yourself in... We get ourselves in these echo chambers, and you're more likely to believe what your friends are saying. And if your friends are quoting these ads, which were supposed to be... They were put up as news articles, which is where you get the term fake news, because they were ads, but they were written to look like a news article. And then somebody goes and quotes this fake news article that was really an advertisement that was put up by these Russian bots, and you're in these echo chambers and everybody is quoting the same stuff and nobody knows where it originally came from. And then you've got one group over here and one group over there. I think, yes, it did help to polarize America. And I think it did help affect the elections. But I don't think it affected it in the way you're saying it didn't. So I agree with you, it didn't affect
the outcome.
I think it affected the numbers of the polls and the polarization of America, and thus sowed the chaos that the Kremlin was looking for.
Well, it did do that, but that was largely because of the help they got from the Democrat Party afterwards. Simply put.
Well.
But, regardless, dim debates. Yeah, Marianne Williamson for Crystal Power.
And to save us from the nothing.
And to save us from the nothing.
Crystal Power to save us from the nothing.
I do think we're going to start seeing people drop out. I don't think there's going to be too many people who just aren't going to be able to garner the support to get on the next debate stage
Well, the next debate stage is limited to 10 people
right now.
right now.
You need 2% in 4 national polls, and you need 130,000 unique donors or something like that.
Something like that, right. So just getting to the next debates in September is going to be a challenge for some.
Mm-hmm.
I think the big winners out of this last round of debates are going to be the ones that you see on the next stage. Gabbard.
I don't know. I'm looking at her polls, and I think now we're going to see. I mean, after Gabbard had that victory over Kamala Harris, we had that. The media, the mainstream media, was saying she was a Assad apologist. They were claiming she was a Russian asset. They claimed that.
Right.
Yeah, it's the Kremlin. It's the Kremlin that's the problem. That's
She's a general in one of our military forces.
No, she's a major or whatever.
Major?
Yeah.
I thought they addressed her as general during the debates at one point.
Well, that was a mistake.
But she is a high-ranking officer.
I have to look up her rank again, but
I will do that.
she's in the Army National Guard, obviously. But no, there's going to be. I don't think Gabbard's going to make the next debate. There's going to be too much media pressure to keep her off the next debate stage. Same with Yang, a bunch of others. So yeah, I think
she's a major.
Yeah.
In the Hawaii Army National Guard.
Yeah.
And she has served in the Iraq War.
Yep. But so I think a lot of them are going to drop off. Christian Gillibrand, Beto O'Rourke. I think we're going to start seeing people drop off, especially when you get really close to the debates, and it's obvious that they're not going to make it. But we'll see. It wouldn't surprise me if a lot of people stay in until the voting starts. And the longer the field is split, that really actually helps Biden, I think.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I still think Biden's going to be the nominee. I don't think anything has happened. He did what he needed to do in the second debate. He survived.
Okay, so right now...
Yeah, the top 5 are still the top 5. There's Biden, Sanders, Warren, Harris, and Buttigieg, I think is the next.
Is it 6%? And then you've got O'Rourke and Booker at 3, Yang at 2, Castro, Gabbard, Steyer, Klobuchar, and Delaney at 1.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just...
And that was as of Friday the 2nd.
Yeah. I just do not see... I don't see Biden losing the nomination. Especially, it frustrates me to no end because Biden's a moderate. No, he's not.
And that's according to Politico Morning Consult. Now, if you look at Harvard-Harris 2020 Democratic nominations, you have Biden at 34, Sanders at 17, Warren at 8, Harris at 9, Buttigieg at 4, O'Rourke at 3, Booker at 2, Yang at 1, Castro at 1, Steyer at 1, Klobuchar at 1, Gabbard at 0, and Delaney at 0.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, I don't think there was that Gabbard got the big boost that she needed. So, unfortunately, I say unfortunately because she's about the only one that if she were to win the nomination and actually beat Trump, I wouldn't be happy, but I wouldn't be really angry. I guess is the best way to put it.
Right. I really like what she has to say. And I've really liked how she's handled herself in both debates.
Yeah.
And
I think she's a star. I think she's going to have a future. Especially as alt media replaces more and more of the legacy media. Because
Yeah.
right now the legacy media
is still holding strong in this particular election.
Yeah. And when you talk about the legacy media, you talk about the establishment Democrat Party, because it's essentially the same thing.
Yes and no, because I wouldn't necessarily say that Fox News is under control of the Democratic Party.
Yeah,
But it is still legacy media.
Yeah, it's still legacy media. But it's
completely biased in the other direction.
I mean, when you get one exception to the rule, it doesn't.
It
change.
Becomes the exception
Not
that proves the rule.
Yeah.
But it is still, in fact, biased towards the other end.
Yeah, at least right now. Yeah. That's all I really got to say.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say.
Yep, so.
Not a whole lot to say about the debates. They were, by and large, pretty boring.
Yeah. I like the first round. The first round was kind of funny. First couple of debates were kind of funny, but.
And then there's.
Now it's just. Well, it is kind of interesting to see people attack Obama, the Obama position.
Rather than attacking our current president.
Yeah. That was kind of interesting.
And them going after each other on quote unquote Republican talking points. Why are we talking about Republican talking points?
Well,
we should be talking about this, and this, not the Republican talking points.
So counter the talking point. If it's just a talking point, it should be easy, right?
Right. But they were going at each other for talking about the Republican talking points during the Dem debates.
I do think Trump's going to win re-election, and I do believe it's going to cause a massive reform in the Democrat Party. Now, whether they ended up going full socialist or moving to what I think they need to do, which is move back to the right of Obama, because Obama was a moderate. No, Obama was pretty far left wing. Like, I hate to tell you this, people, but I know that's your perception, but I'm talking about reality now.
Yeah.
So,
Obama was not actually a moderate.
No, he was not. So I think it's going to cause a collapse in the Democrat Party, and I think they're going to move, hopefully, back to the right to Obama. And that would be very good for the country. I think in the long term.
With luck.
With luck.
But then we could end up with...
Well, I mean, if they move further to the left, we're just going to wind up with Republican rule for the next generation.
Well, we could end up with...
Which was going to cause its own problems.
Right. But, we could end up with Trump on one side, which is not going there. And...
Savior of the Republic. Emperor of mankind.
No, Tony.
Yes.
Or we could end up with lady that thinks crystals are going to protect us from the nothing.
Man, politics is going to get awesome.
And then, while the debates will be really fun to watch, you have to admit that this country is absolutely doomed.
And I mean, there's been worse times. But I mean, essentially there are four parties right now. People don't want to talk about it, but there's the socialist wing of
the Socialist Democratic Party,
which is
an actual party and a subsection of the Democrats, which is how all these socialists are running on the Democratic ticket.
Yeah. Then you have I'm not even really sure if you can call them moderate Democrats anymore. Really don't. I mean, I guess Hillary Clinton was like I've said before in the 2016 election, Hillary Clinton was technically the right-wing candidate. If you break it down, she really
the
was.
2016 election was really a study in contradictions.
Yeah. Then we have the Trump part of the Republican Party, which is more, in my opinion, more moderate. And then you have the old establishment Republican Party, which is
more conservative.
Well, they say they're more conservative, but they just say that for the votes. It's a really corrupt and empty, hollow party. In my opinion.
We don't really have any true conservatives anymore.
No, we don't, which I don't like. I mean, you look at the budget deal that was just passed. I hate that budget deal. I mean, they're removing the budget ceiling, the debt ceiling. I hate that. I hate that, and I am not happy that Trump did that at all.
Yeah.
Not at all, but it's kind of like people want to spend the money, I guess. I don't know. I can't stop them.
Yes, you could. You could vote for different people.
Who, though? Unless I run with myself.
So do it.
You think I'm going to be able to convince people to vote for me?
Maybe, maybe not. But at least you can say, hey, I tried.
Yeah, but
if you don't like what you see out there, run. Give them something different.
Maybe I should try running. As I run as the fiscal conservative, quasi-libertarian, quasi-populist, I don't know, candidate.
Pick a side, Tony.
I am a moderate. Despite what people think, I am a right-wing moderate. I know some people don't even think those exist, but that's what I am.
Right.
I have the political compass test to prove it.
You say that, but I sit here and listen to what you say when nobody's listening and the camera's not on.
What do I say that's different? I don't think I'm changing anything. Maybe I'm a little bit more flame war, but that's because I'm pissed off. The point of this channel is to be rational. If you don't want me to be, if you don't want me to be rational, I'll.
The point is to be rational and have a clear discussion.
I'll go all out. If you don't want me to be rational and compromise, I'll do it.
I want rational discussion.
Okay.
But
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I think I'm pretty consistent for the most part.
Maybe.
At least I try to be. No one's consistent all the time.
This is true. Nobody can be completely consistent because our ideas and our opinions are constantly in flux and changing.
Yes. If you're reasonable and are willing to take in new information and change your opinion.
This is true.
Yes.
All right. So that being said, I don't have anything more to say.
No, I don't either. We kind of got off on a tangent there.
We did. I apologize. We bought tickets on Tangential Airlines and took y'all along for a ride. So, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button so you know when our new videos go up.
And share, because YouTube doesn't help anyone.
Right.
So,
thank you for watching, or thank you for listening, depending on what you do. We will see you later. Have a good afternoon.
bye, everybody.
Bye.